Hello there, Gemini. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's for Gemini for April of 2020. We're 4 months into the year already, flying right by, huh? Well, for everybody who's new out there, we pull four cards for the month. We use the bottom card on the deck for kind of like the overall view of the month, and we will pull angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for you. Now, I am an empath, so I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. It makes all of us Geminis named Frankie, I guess, for the time of the reading. Look at your moon sign and your rising sign. You get a more comprehensive view of the month, and I don't think the cards will go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month as an overall theme. I have a short message for us, and what I'm seeing is us just going through the junk in our life. If it's no longer valuable to me, or if I want to change something about myself, I'm just like tossing it out or doing it. And it's like a good thing. Like, I don't want it anymore. It's not working for me. So it's a reevaluation. And we have some weird cards here, and I was thinking that's probably what's going on. So we might, be selling stuff that we don't want hanging around us anymore, donating it, giving it away, that kind of energy, getting, maybe stopping things we don't want in our life anymore. The other part of that message was a little strange, and it was like, I really will have to watch my temper, right? Because a lot of times we know what we're doing, but other people think, I know more. And it's that kind of energy. And so Spirit is telling me, before I speak, think. Okay? So we have good words here. And like I said, these are a little bit strange cards here, but I can see, because we have double numbers here, can see probably what's going on here. Our words are balance, purpose, expansiveness, support, and expectancy. And I can see support in this card right here, because this is defending our territory. This is the Nine of Rods. It's defending our legitimate territory, like standing up on our own 2 feet. It's that kind of energy, job that's been done because we put in a lot of effort and a lot of determination. So the card itself would mean we're successful. Success is at hand, because Rod's energy is usually business finance. It's the card of courage under fire. And we have a lot going on. We have the corona stuff going on, a lot of things coming forward here for, to be brought up and be blessed, and pray for all of us, I guess, basically, and keep ourselves calm out of fear and take care of ourselves and others. So, this is that kind of energy also. Can represent competition, job, that it indicates that whatever job we're doing, we've done it. We've done the job. It's like, boom, right there. That's purpose, expansiveness, support, and expectancy. We stood up on our own 2 feet. We had discipline. We planned well. We planned wisely. Relationships would develop very, very good. They develop positively. We'd be moving forward with a sense of purpose, and direction. And if there was some type of opposition against us, our skills, our strength, our courage, like, prevails over anything that's coming up against us. So it's a strong energy for us to start off the month with. And nines are like completion energy. There's a couple dust bunnies here I got to sweep out the door yet, but I can stand on that. Is interesting. Spirit just said, look down at the card underneath it. It's us. Knight of Swords energy. So Knight of Swords energy can be very aggressive type of energy. So remember that original message about if someone thinks they know more than we do, and we know what we're doing, watch the way we open our mouth, think before we speak. That's pretty wild here. I like this energetics for us because it means we can stand up. But with that Knight of Swords underneath there, and we got a lot of swords in this reading. We have one, two, three swords in this reading. So there's a lot of air energy going on around us, because now our next card here is the Eight of Swords. Boy, we really got it going here this month. Now we got the Eight of Swords, and it's like the same, it has the same type of meaning as the Two of Swords. The lady that has the swords crossed across her chest, and she has the blindfold on, but there's a difference because the Two of Swords is a card of denying anything's wrong, and the Eight of Swords is a card of I'm not denying it because, you know, I I really am completely conscious of the choices that are that I have to make, or the choices that are available, is the way that it's supposed to be said. But even despite it, I maybe feel trapped, in a situation, or being unable or unwilling to make a choice. So it's maintaining a painful state. And there's a card here that supports that. So we want to really think about keeping our eyes on this, because this, sometimes they think this is really negative, but because she's bound, she's tied up, she has, all these swords all around her, and when I look at this card, she can't see because she has the blindfold on. She can't breathe because she has a blindfold on, but she doesn't speak. Isn't that odd? Not opening their mouth either, So you're all surrounded by these swords, but look at the ties. They're not tight. They're extremely loose. She could shake them off, get a hand free, cut off those ties if she had to, basically, or he or she. These are general readings. Cut the ties off, um, unfold the blindfold and speak my piece. So there's a situation that's causing me, a lot of unhappiness. But that doesn't mean that I'm without resources to change the matter. It does not mean I'm without resources to change the matter. So the bad situation or whatever's bugging me, is temporary, and it can be avoided if I just take off the blindfold, there's choices I can make. And personally for me, take off the blindfold, speak up, but because of that original message, I want to speak up in a way that's supportive of me and my purpose when I do speak my piece. And I want to speak it clearly and concisely, and look at what are all the choices, or the different, how do I want to put this? The different choices that I could make in any given situation. I don't know where this is going to fall. Some of us it might be work. Others of us this could be a great deal to do with a relationship energy, because of one of the last cards that are here. you know so might start thinking, because this card, I think, and I'm not sure because it was several days ago when I did the beginning readings, but I think this card's showing up a lot, and I pull these out of the deck and I stick them in different places when I put them back in, and then I start shuffling. And I always do that, and this is showing up in here again. So this is a Seven of Cups. And so it means it's a time of really great potential. Our word, expansiveness down here, and expectancy. So a lot of potential, and the energy to make it happen. All right? The energy to make it happen. So a lot of options that are available to us. if we take off that blindfold and start looking around, but the difficulties in choosing the right one. What is the option that would be beneficial to me? So it's a card of fantasy and imagining and daydreaming, building castles in the air type energy, looking at all the possibilities that are around us. And it's just like I said, there's so many, it's not easy to make a choice, and we're being called to make a choice with the Eight of Swords. We're being called to choose, if we think about it like that, you know. So the card itself tells me we have potential, right? So our word purpose down here, we have potential, but we are scattering our focus. So when I pull this card, I think to myself, what is it that is truly, right? Truly my choice. So we have, do I want to build the castle, right? Do I want to change myself, take off my mask and show my true face? Do I want to be more beautiful? Do I want to be the winner? Do I want to transform? Do I want more abundance? Because each cup is filled with something different. So what I do is I sit back, right, and I'm saying it the way I'm saying it purposefully because of the next card coming up. I want to sit back. I want to think clearly about what I want my life to look like, and keep total focus and moving towards what is it that I really want my life to look like. Because we got, some harsher things going on here. This is a 7. 7 is going within, going internal, right? In order to sort out, to bring things forward. It's about our inner life. So we want to, and a lot of us right now, we're getting the choice of inner life because we're pretty much quarantined or self-quarantined because of the virus going around. But this to me, when I look at it, it's like, what is it I want right now? What can I do right now? What can I focus on right now? You know, and start my projection towards what I want in my future, okay? Because now we have 2 sevens, and the next one's a little bit harsh because it's the 7 of Swords, you know? And so this type of energy is like caution in all of our dealings. Um, it means that a roundabout way, a roundabout or indirect communication is coming like towards us. So not everything is as it seems to be. It's that type of energy, and we have to use, we'd have to use our wit, but we have our wit with our 9 of rods in the beginning energy. We have our wit. We have to use our wit to achieve our aims, is the way I want to say it. And the 9 of rods energy gave us, because we gathered that wit, through our will type energy. So we have to avoid overconfidence with this card. We might appear like, I'm the top dog. That's in that original message about watching. If my mouth, if someone's, saying, well, I know better than you, Gemini, watch it, you know. Um, we could be in the top position, but the words are lack of proper prudence could still do us in. So we have an upper hand over some kind of tricky situation, but we'll still have to exercise caution. And remember, 7's about going internally, going within, not scattering our focus. So it's a time when we can make new attempts to overcome any previous failures, but we can't just go crashing in through the front door and knocking everybody over in order to do it. So it calls for discretion, discrimination, That's all required diplomacy, and I'm going to say discernment. Also, discernment. Pay attention to what I'm doing, you know, but this kind of being weird like this, which is not our norm, that's how we can best achieve our success or our aims, you know. You can get good advice sometimes because the card is called the card of a thief. The premise is this guy goes into the camp in broad daylight. He steals all five of these swords and leaves two swords. That's all that's left, right, in the camp. And he does it in broad daylight, so it's like the elephant in the middle of the living room. But it can be thieving like my intellectual property. Maybe I had an idea and I spoke it to someone else, and then they presented that idea as if it were their own, in a workplace situation. So keep on top of it. Keep if I got a really good idea, there's a time and a place, type energy to put it out to my boss. I don't want to speak about it, maybe to everybody in the world that are co-workers. It's that kind of energy. And one of you wrote me, about this could be thoughts, bad thoughts that I got rid of, or left two bad thoughts behind me, you know. Maybe that's a scattered focus of our other energetics and took the five good thoughts or the five, the choices with me on my way out also. So it could be that kind of energy for some of us because we are air energy, and we've went through a lot based on that nine of Rod's energy being here. We went through a lot to get where we are, and we want to keep that supportive of us and a balanced life that's going to expand more and more into our purpose. You know, whether this is relationship energy or work energy, I can't tell you, and that drives me absolutely nuts, But I know we're in a position for a position for change, right? Because our next card here is the Ten of Swords, and I was like, this guy's like got real blood. These cards are I love color. And these cards, when I bought them, I was so happy because they're really bright, cards. And what you can see is it looks like blood laying everywhere. And I was like, oh man, this is just not a good one. But it's the beginning of the end of our trials and tribulations, which is wonderful because tens are reduced down to one, and that means we're going into a new cycle. So it's a wonderful kind of energy, The new cycle comes in, we have to clear away all the debris of the old cycle that's ending, and sometimes that process is painful. Some of us may be recuperating, maybe we were sick and we're recuperating, It means we have to make a clean break from the past. Like boom, just like that original message, fits right with it. Clean break with the past and all of the crap past and suffering, or things that caused us suffering, whether it means a lot of times it can mean a divorce, quitting a job, changing a career, moving across the world, to make this new choice, or changing something that I believed in, like a traditional belief forever, but it's necessary to make the break cleanly, leaving nothing, no loose ends. That's what the card calls for. I don't leave any loose ends. I see the situation clearly without any of the previous illusions that clouded my vision before. So if we think about that, right, and this, take off the blindfold. We know there's choices we have to make. We don't want others to make those choices for us. For a lot of us, I think some of us, this is going to be relationship energy, and actually, this can be a past energetics that we're coming out of, you know, where we were hurt and we were suffering, or someone just stabbed us in the back, you know, broke our heart, stabbed us in the back, however you want to say it, and we weren't even expecting it. And that would be because of this Seven of Swords energy here. It's like the build up into it, but it's this is just a very odd reading. I was looking, and I'm thinking we have 7, 8, 9, 10. They're all lined up in a row. You know, they may be like I said. I think it's coming down to work for some of us. Others of us, I think this is harmful relationships and us getting ready or focused on the choices of a new relationship and how it's going to serve us or benefit us in some manner in the future, and what do I want it to look like, because of that original message of getting out of this kind of energy, you know, going within, paying attention. Paying attention. What is my next step if I take this choice? And then implementing it. Not scattering the focus like that Seven of Cups energy, but paying attention to the way Spirit's guiding us. What do I want my life to look like? Oh God, you can't make up the angel cards. It says, notice the signs. Yes, the signs you've been receiving. You can't see the signs unless you take off the blindfold. Speak your piece, make your choice, Gemini, but watch how you speak it. Don't do it with the temperament. It says, yes, the signs you've been receiving are heaven sent. We drop feathers, coins, and other signs upon your path to remind you that you're loved and that you are never alone. I really actually do believe we're going to be like shown clearly what it is that we want to do or how we need to move forward. I think because of the word support in here and purpose, expectancy, and expansiveness, I think that's what's pushing me towards that. It's like if I don't want to be this person anymore, or with this person, or with this job, it's like decisions. You know, what was past? What am I dumping out, getting rid of? It's no longer valuable. It says the angels gave you the card to help you understand the signs you're receiving. These signs can include feathers, coins, butterflies, birds, other repetitive visions, make you think of the angels who have deliberately sent these signs to you to let you know that they're nearby, protecting, loving, and guiding you. It says your departed loved ones in heaven are saying, hello, I love you. Notice and believe in the repetitive signs you receive as validation that you're on the right path. Have faith, follow the signs that are guiding you to your heart's desires, and pick a path. Pick a path. This is the end of this. Pick the way I want to move forward. Don't divulge too much about my decisions and choices to everyone or what my ideas are, and stand up for ourselves. Take off the blindfold. We deserve it. That's what they said to say. Well, Gemini, that's our reading for this month. I want to tell you all thank you for your likes, shares, your subscribes, and for your comments. I read each and every one of them. I really appreciate them. And if anybody wants to know more about me, or if you just want to go neb about me, or if you need to set an appointment with me, all the information's down below the screen in the About section over at the website. There's also 2 short videos over at the website. One explains a prayer class. It's a 2.5 hour long class that explains how, why you format them the way you do. That's it's like a 5-minute video. It's over there for you to understand it, and the other ones about the suture classes I put up there for you, and those are simple thought forms. Takes 5 minutes a day in a meditation that enhances your clear perceptions dramatically, and basically, that's over there too. Anyhow, for all of you I've met through 4 whole years of doing YouTubes, and everybody I've met through 32 years of doing this work, I want to tell you, oh, it's been an honor, privilege, a pleasure, and a joy to serve you, and hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye bye.